A Puppy's Special Christmas. Chapter 1. A Lonely Christmas Eve. It is Christmas Eve in a small town. The streets are white with snow and the air feels cold and quiet. Small houses with red roofs stand in a line, their windows shining with yellow lights. Inside, children laugh and play. The sound makes the town feel happy. Max, a little brown puppy, walks slowly through the empty streets. His back is wet from the snow and his small legs sometimes almost sink into the snow. Max feels very hungry. He stops near some trash looking for food. There's nothing to eat. The town looks beautiful tonight. Christmas trees shine in every window with colorful lights and shiny balls. In the big park, lights hang from the streets, making everything bright. People walk by with happy smiles, carrying bags of gifts. Everyone looks warm and happy, but Max is all alone. Max sits under a tall tree in the park. His nose feels cold and feels very hungry. Families walk by, holding hands. A little boy drops a cookie and Max runs to eat it. The cookie is small, but it makes him feel a little better. Above him, stars shine in the dark sky. Max looks up and wags his tail. Something feels special tonight. Max does not know it yet, but this Christmas will change his life forever. Chapter 2. Max's Story. Max has not always been alone. He lived in a small house with a kind of old man. The man loved Max very much. They spent their days walking in the park and playing with a red ball. Max wagged his tail when the man laughed. But one day, everything changed. The old man became sick. He couldn't walk with Max anymore. Max sat by his side, hoping he would feel better. But the man didn't get better. One cold morning, the man didn't wake up. After that, strangers came to the house. They didn't want Max. They opened the door and let him out. Max didn't understand. He stayed near the house and waited for the man. But after some days, he was very hungry and cold. Now, Max lives on the streets. He sleeps under benches and looks for food in the trash. He watches families through their windows, thinking about his warm old home. Sometimes he dreams of the old man's kind face and the red ball he played with. Life is hard, but Max still hopes. He believes that one day someone will open their door and let him in again. Chapter 3. Max meets Santa. Max smells the cold air. It smells like snow, trees and cookies from the houses. He feels a little better after eating the cookie, but his stomach is still empty. Max stands up and walks through the park. The park looks very nice tonight. Lights hang from the trees. They are blue, red and gold. The snow shines like stars on the ground. Max walks slowly, his little paws leaving marks in the snow. Suddenly, he hears a strange sound. Jingle, jingle. The sound comes from the other side of the park. Max stops and looks around. He sees something big and red. It's a sleigh. The sleigh stands near a big tree and bells hang from it. Next to the sleigh is a man in a red coat. He has a long white beard and a red hat. He looks worried. He walks back and forth. Max moves closer. His nose smells something in the air. The man sees Max. "Hello, little dog," the man says. His voice is kind. "I need your help. Can you help me?" Max tilts his head, looking curious. "What happened?" "One of my reindeer is gone," the man says. "I need him to bring presents to the children." He points to the sleigh. 7 reindeer stands in front of it, but there is one spot that is empty. Max wags his tail and moves closer. He smells the snow near the sleigh. His nose finds something. The man smiles. "You can help me find him, can't you?" Max barks softly and follows the smell. He moves quickly, his tail wagging. The man picks up a light and follows him. "Thank you, little dog," the man says. "You are my only hope tonight." Max does not know who this man is, but he knows one thing: he will help him. Chapter 4. Finding the Reindeer. Max moves quickly through the snow. His nose is low to the ground, sniffing the trail. Santa follows him, holding a small light. The snow crunches softly under their feet. The park is quiet now. The lights from the trees shine on the white snow. Max's tail wags as he follows the smell. He stops near some bushes and sniffs again. Santa waits, holding his breath. Suddenly, Max hears a soft sound. It is a low, sad noise. Max's ears stands up. He looks at Santa and barks once. Then he runs towards the sound. Behind the bushes, Max finds the missing reindeer. The reindeer lies on the ground. Its leg is stuck in a small hole. The reindeer looks tired and scared. Max barks again, louder this time. Santa hurries to them. "You find him," he says, smiling. He kneels next to the reindeer and gently touches his head. "Don't worry, I will help you." Max stays close, wagging his tail. He watches as Santa pulls the reindeer's leg out of the hole. The reindeer slowly stands up. Santa smiles again. "Good boy," he says to Max. "You are a hero." The reindeer looks at Max and seems thankful. Max wags his tail even faster. He feels happy and proud. Santa stands up and looks at Max. "We still have a lot of work to do," he says. "Will you come with us?" Max barks and wags his tail. He knows he wants to help. Santa leads the reindeer back to the sleigh and Max runs beside them. The stars shine brightly above them and Max feels warm inside. Chapter 5. Delivering the presents. The sleigh is ready. The reindeer stands in their places and their harnesses shine in the moonlight. Santa climbs into the sleigh and looks at Max. "Come on, little hero, sit with me," he says, patting the seat next to him. Max jumps into the sleigh, wagging his tail. The reindeer lift their heads, and with a small sound from Santa, they start running. The sleigh rises into the air, and Max feels the cold wind on his face. He looks down and sees the town below, covered in white snow. The lights from the houses look like stars. Santa laughs. Ho ho ho! Let's bring some Christmas joy! They land on the roof of the first house. Santa grabs a big red bag full of presents. Wait here, Max, he says. Max watches as Santa climbs down the chimney. A few minutes later, Santa is back. One house done, many more to go, he says, smiling. Max feels more excited with every stop. House after house, Santa leaves gifts and Max watches closely. Sometimes, Santa gives Max a small cookie from the bag and Max wags his tail happily. At one house, Santa whispers, "This is a special stop, Max." He takes out a small box with a red ribbon. This is for a little girl who loves animals. Max tilts his head curious. Santa smiles and pats his head. You'll see soon, little one. They fly through the night, visiting every house. The stars shine bright and Max feels very excited and happy. For the first time, he feels warm and loved. Chapter 6. A New Home. The sleigh lands in front of a small house. Snow covers the roof and yellow light shines from the window. Inside, a Christmas tree stands in the corner. Its lights shine softly. Max looks at the house and wags his tail. Santa smiles and picks up a small box with a red ribbon. He gently puts Max inside. Sit still, little one, he says with a smile. Max tilts his head, but he sits quietly. Santa closes the box and carries it to the house. Inside the room feels warm. A little girl sits by the Christmas tree. Her eyes are big and she looks happy. Merry Christmas, Santa says softly. He places the box under the tree and disappears up the chimney. The little girl looks at the box. What is this? She whispers. She unties the ribbon and opens the box. Max jumps out and wags his tail. The little girl's face lights up. A puppy! She cries. She picks Max up and hugs him. Max licks her face and feels very happy. Her mother picks up a small card from the box. It says, "This is Max. He's a special dog who helped me on Christmas Eve. Take care of him and he will bring you love and happiness." The little girl smiles and looks at Max. "I will love you forever," she says. Max wags his tail even faster. From that day, Max is never alone again. He has a warm home, a loving family, and a little girl who cares for him. This Christmas changes his life forever.